Hello, welcome again.
To Kisling's family.
There we go. Today we're going to make cider, or you can call it also apple wine. You can call it many different things, but essentially we're going to do wine. We're going to use yeast, and we're going to transform store-bought juice, of course, not fresh apples, into the wine. Let's get into it.
Okay.
All right. So as mentioned, we're going to make a wine today, and we are using apples from one of the shops. Which shop is it exactly? Do you know?
I think it was Edeka this time,
Edeka?
or Eva, one of those.
Yeah. The most important thing is that it's 100% apples and there is no extras in it. In here, it even says ingredients 100% apples. So that's the most important part about it. What we're going to do, we're going to, of course, as per usually, take our fermenter. There is a little bit of fermenter. There is a little bit of sanitization water inside because it's dried a little. It's not a big problem. And what we're going to do, I'm going to pour apples in of 1 liter of apples and then pour in the sugar. All right, so I have 2 liters of juice, almost 2 liters of juice inside, and obviously we're gonna put in sugar now. Cheapest we can find, simple, normal sugar. And the amount we actually going to put not full kilo, we're going to put around 900 grams. I'm not even going to bother to measure. I'm gonna eyeball it. Again, again, homebrewing is everything done in approximation. In the end of the day, there is only so much we can get to the specific data. So I'm not too worried about the fact that I'm going to use 850 grams of sugar, 900 grams of sugar, 950 grams of sugar. It's not that important as long as we get the reading of the gravity. Now I know based on the amount of sugar that's in the juice and based on the amount of sugar roughly I'm going to end, that we're going to end up somewhere probably around 1.130. This is roughly where we are aiming for. So let's just pour in and see how it goes. All right, so what we have right now, we have sugar poured in, approximately poured in, majority of it, between 800, 900 grams of sugar. It doesn't have to be specific. We'll check gravity in a minute, but first we have to make sure that all the sugar in the bottom is mixed in. All right, so the sugar is mixed in completely into the juice, or is it? So the way to test it is just leave it for a second and then pick it up and turn around and see if there is any sugar falling down on the edges. If it's not, you can pretty well assume that the sugar is incorporated properly. In this case, it is. Now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna pour in the rest of the juice. There we go. All the juice, and put it away in our bucket, sanitization. All the juice is inside. Let's mix it quickly, just to make sure that it's all nicely mixed together. Now, when you have fermenter, like this with glass, 5 liters, it really gets very, very heavy, and you have to be really careful because if you smack the glass, it can really burst and can really, hurt you. So be careful. I'm throwing it around, but my hands are pretty big overall, so I'm kind of confident holding it properly. But for example, Marty's hands, he gets there are some difficulties. So if you're not too confident, you don't have to pick it up. All you can do essentially is just lean it on the side. I'll show in the video so you can see on one side and simply mix it like so. It will take a little bit longer, but then it's much more stable, right? You don't have to throw it and pick it up and do all these things that I'm doing right now. So remember, safety first. Anyways, now what we're going to do, yes, you guessed it, we're going to do a gravity reading. Now for gravity reading, obviously cylinder with hydrometer and turkey baster. Is it floating already? Not yet. Now it's floating. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at what's the gravity. It's gonna be probably somewhere about 112, 1115 maybe. We'll see. Okay, I cannot see it. It's from the other side. And it's okay. The foam is around. So whenever you have foam, it's really difficult to take a reading, and the foam obviously is because of all the oxygenation. Just make sure your gravity reading is done as properly as possible. And in this case, we have our gravity at 1.113, I would say. So yeah, that's roughly where we were aiming with this wine. Now, as you can see, this wine's gravity is a bit lower than the other ones and will most likely go dry. If we don't enjoy it dry, we can always back sweeten. But from our experience, from similar wines and ciders we've done, it should be quite good. So what we're going to do now is put everything we don't need back into bucket of sanitization, pour the wine or still juice actually back in, and now we're going to take the funnel and pour our yeast. So we've prepared already. This is cup with a little bit of juice. There is yeast inside. It's 5 grams of EC1118 and 5 grams of DAP of DAP. And basically all we do, just pour it in. That's it. There is a little bit stuck in the container. So what I'm going to do quickly, I'm going to take my turkey baster, which is sanitized, it's safe to reuse it. Take a little bit out, put it back into the cup, mix it in nicely, and through the funnel it goes. There we go. Now, as you can see, the cup is almost completely clean, which is definitely a good thing. Which means majority of the yeast, nitrogen, the DAP is back in into the juice, into wine. I'm just going to mix it a little bit, like so, not even picking it up. And now it's time to seal it. So we put in our valve, our bubbler, and that's it. Now, what we do, we already prepared a piece of paper, and as you guys know, we mark all of our wines with pieces of papers. What we're going to write on this one is very simple. It's apple wine, we're going to name it. Simple, straightforward. We used 100% apple stuff, so we also write what kind of brand and apple juice we use. So if we like the specific apple juice, we know which one to reuse. Then also we use EC1118, as you guys know, 5 grams. We use DAP, 5 grams, and the original gravity, the most important thing to remember, is 1.113. Now, for now, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.